What up, though? What's cracking, Libra? I hope all of my beautiful and my handsome Libras out there are doing well. All right, y'all. So let's go on and get into this reading and see what it is that you need to know, okay? So the first card that came out was dismiss. So I feel like you could have been dealing with someone who had like this dismissive ass attitude, okay? They tried to disregard maybe their feelings. They were ignoring their intuition. They were ignoring the signs. They were ignoring, how they truly felt. This could have been someone who like wanted to look the other way, or they tried to, I feel like, act like whatever feelings or whatever they were feeling, whatever this situation was, like they just tried to dismiss it. They didn't want to see it for what it really was. All right, so tell us more about dismiss. Messages for my Libras. Tell us more about dismiss. All right, so we have the Page of Swords. All right, so this is someone who I feel like they made a lot of broken promises. Okay, so because this person didn't look at this connection maybe as being like in some loving eyes, maybe they were disregarding their feelings. So it was like they made a lot of empty promises. Like if this person looked at you, what I feel like from a different perspective or a different pair of lenses and saw and understood, and acted on their feelings and emotions, they wouldn't have made you all these empty ass promises. It's mean this person tell you they would make plans with you guys and then possibly cancel at the last minute. For some of y'all, hell, they ain't even show up at all. You know what I'm saying? Like these were the type of hasty actions that you got from this person who tried to disregard their feelings towards you. You could have been dealing with another Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. All right, tell us more. Messages for my Libras. What do they need to know? All right, so I feel like right now you're in this King of Swords energy, whether you're a male or a female. I feel like you're in this very authoritative ass position, but you use stern judgment now. So in the past, you could have judged this person looking at them from a loving point of view. But it's like now you're being more logical and more rational with your thoughts. For some of you, you could have recently stepped into a leadership position, or you will be stepping into a leadership position in the future, okay? I feel like you want to have a very clear mind when you make a decision, not only about this person, but about people in general, okay? You try to be calm. For a lot of you guys, you try to keep everything cool, calm, and collected because you want to have clear thoughts. You don't want to have any more clouded judgment. Dealing with this person, your judgment might have been clouded because you were making a decision or you were looking at this person from, like I said, a loving viewpoint versus maybe being more logical and rational here. Okay, sometimes we tend to ignore the red flags, because we're looking at a person as someone we want to be with or we see ourselves being with. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of disregard some things that they do. So both of you guys could have both been in this dismissive ass energy. They could have disregarded their feelings towards you, and you could have disregarded some things that this person was doing because you wanted to be with them. All right. So you could have been dealing with an Aquarius. You got heavy air energy. All right, but we got the devil. But I feel like this was a toxic connection, or someone here was operating in their darker side. So when you met this person, because they were in this dismissive ass energy, they were operating out of their shadow self. Okay, there were negative forces that I feel like were holding this person back from being the best version of themselves. Okay, so they could have been in a toxic relationship, a toxic marriage, or connection here. Okay, and whoever they, I can't even talk. Whoever they were connected with or whoever they were attached to, you know what I'm saying, was not allowing this person to become the best version of themselves. All right. This could have been someone who picked up some negative habits. They became codependent, their thoughts and patterns and relationships. So it's like they became very toxic too. This person could have always came towards you and it's very sexual energy. So maybe they only looked at you as being good sex, and not anything more. They could have been very materialistic, greedy, so there could have been multiple people, lovers involved, or maybe this person just felt like they didn't have enough. They always wanted more. Or they were dealing with someone who was like whatever they were doing for this person was never enough. You know what I'm saying? They always wanted more from this person. All right, so give us one more. Messages for Libra. All right, but we got surprise. Okay. So this is someone who I feel like you're about to be in for a surprise when it comes to this person. All right. For some of you, there's going to be an unexpected change. This person will come towards you with some flowers. They're going to show up for you. So it's like, maybe you have some things going on in your life because remember, you took some type of leadership role. Maybe it's in your career or whatever you do for a living here. But this person may show up, show up to some type of event that you're going to be hosting. Make a surprise visit, be spontaneous with their actions towards you. So this is someone that's going to take some type of surprise, unexpected action towards you, because I feel like right now maybe they're not dismissive. Maybe they're wanting to understand. They're starting to, what's the word? They're starting to surrender to their feelings here. They're not in this dismissive, disregardful ass energy. All right, so let's see who this person is or who this reading is about. I love you, Libra, and I hope something here has resonated. So we got Heavy Taurus, Sag, and Virgo. Who is this about for Libra? Heavy Leo, Pisces, Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Sag, Scorpio, Capricorn, Leo, and Taurus. All right, you guys, I love you. And until next time, stay blessed.